kind of thing.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start today's episode again off by doing the Geosport. Last time, I think we ended with like a
We ended with a
731.
97.
797?
Whatever that was.
797.
My scale for a good score in this game is screwed now because
That's
of
pretty
that
good.
game.
That's pretty good.
That was pretty good.
It was 797 though, right? Because we missed one real bad.
I don't know. I don't remember off the top of my head, but there's certainly room for improvement here. And if we don't get a question like the West Virginia one, I think we'll be okay.
Before he was Tom Brady's all-pro slot receiver, Wes Welker played 46 games for the franchise that plays here.
Can I
Okay,
guess?
so he was a Denver Bronco.
After the Patriots.
After
Yeah.
the Patriots.
Was he a Charger?
I was going to say.
No. Okay,
That was
so my ball
Amendola?
knowledge is really failing me here, but I know that he played, I want to say it was the St. Louis Rams that he started with, but I don't know. I'm going to say the St. Louis Rams. The question is, are they doing St. Louis or are they doing Los Angeles?
That probably
I thought
do
he
St.
played
Louis.
for San Diego.
Yeah, I thought he played for San Diego too.
You guys want to give San Diego a shout?
I'm like relatively sure it was San Diego.
Yeah.
He also definitely was a Ram at some point before the Patriots. It might not have been for 46 games.
For
though.
the 46.
Might have been like
yeah.
a practice squad thing because he was undrafted. All right, that's
I'll
LA,
take a flyer.
right?
I'll
Is
take
that
a
LA?
flyer on San Diego.
That's LA.
No,
Ooh, that's
because that's right by Mexico.
Surely this is LA. It's enormous.
I think that's San
I
Diego.
thought LA
And
was the
this
Twin
is San
Cities.
Diego.
Okay, sure. I don't know.
That's on the border of Mexico. San Diego's
Yeah,
not
'cause
on the border of
Hundo P
California and Mexico.
it is. Hundo
Okay.
P it is.
We're going with it.
Okay.
But is this San Diego? One's La Jolla and one's San Diego. I'm going to say this is San Diego.
Okay.
Miami.
So that was not good.
What?
Wow.
He definitely
Wow.
was a. Let's look this up though. I'm actually interested to see what Wes Welker's career trajectory.
I feel
was.
horrible about that, by the way. I'm really upset. I'm in a Patriots jersey. I'm wearing my Bledsoe piece.
Dude,
Botched the
Okay,
Wes Welker question.
let's see the career here.
the Dolphins?
Oh, he was Rams after.
Played for SMU. Do you have it pulled up?
Yeah, he went Chargers for one game.
Oh, you only played a
Thanks.
game. Okay, I don't know why I knew that then.
One game for the
Um,
Chargers, 3 seasons in Miami.
Yep, and then the
You
Patriots.
know, I almost said
Oh.
Miami too. I'm pissed that I didn't.
I think we were thinking, what's it called? The Chargers, because they love that profile receiver.
Yeah, it's just the Lad McConkey build. Okay, we
That's
certainly got
that's
some
a
room
really,
to grow
really,
here.
That's a really bad start for us.
Real bad miss on the first.
After winning a national championship at UK, John Calipari took this university to the final game. That's just
Before
not true.
winning.
Oh, before.
Before
It's
winning.
UMass
Before-
Amherst, right?
It is, yeah.
Oh.
No, it's not. It's Memphis. It's Memphis.
No,
He went
you're
to a
right.
Final
With Derrick Rose. Yeah,
That's
yeah, you're right.
not-
You're right.
Yeah.
Where's Memphis
Did
in
not
Tennessee?
go.
Memphis is on the left
I-
side. It's down here, right? Right here. That's got to be
Yes.
Memphis.
Yes.
That looks
yes,
like
that's
it. Yep.
Memphis. You know, fun fact, I was in Memphis once, and we drove
99
across the
points.
border
You
to
drove across.
Arkansas to go see
Nice.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
It wasn't playing in
George,
Memphis.
that is like one
It
of
was
the
not
What?
playing in Memphis.
Okay.
And
the
that we
iconic
took a
band on the
This is Cal.
Cal Berkeley.
Yes, the Cal. I
Where's
want
it,
to say this is
Stanford?
the Cal Berkeley Golden Bears.
Where is Cal Berkeley on this?
in San Francisco, but I couldn't tell you where in San Francisco.
This is San Francisco. We're going there.
yeah.
Oakland. It was in Oakland.
Oh, I was in Oakland.
I'm going to take that as a win, by the
Oh,
way.
that's
I don't
big.
know if
Oh,
anyone
that's
else
huge
had that.
That's a big one. That's a big one. Clap it up.
Tyson Fury has Irish traveler roots, but was raised in England.
The Gypsy King, isn't he?
He's British,
Yeah, that's what I thought. But
but where?
Was he raised in Britain? I don't know. I have no idea.
dude, I have a gut feeling that he was like raised in South Africa, but like we'd be
George,
Honestly, I don't hate that at all.
I don't hate that
You
one
don't
bit.
know
why.
I don't hate that one
let's
bit.
rip it. Let's rip it.
I don't know why. That actually sounds right.
Dude, if this is
Okay.
right, are we
I'm gonna say Jordan.
isn't
by the
Cape
way. I
Town
don't know
up
why.
there?
This is Johannesburg.
Oh shit.
Do you like
I
Johannesburg
think
or
it's
Cape
because
Town?
when he was I think it's because when he was, like, saying the N word, people were like, "Oh, he's South African, it's fine." So I'm
Dude,
hoping
I
that
feel
this
like
is right.
George, Johannesburg or Cape Town?
Cape Town.
Okay.
Dude, watch it be like Manchester,
Yeah, seriously.
and like we just look like.
Yeah,
It was
that was bad.
Manchester.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh my god.
I gotta look that up, though. Tyson Fury, South Africa?
Question mark.
Lakers wing was born in the seaside city known for its mountainous landscapes. This is Japan,
He's
right?
Japanese, but I
Let's
didn't know they
find
had
mountainous
mountains in
landscapes.
Japan.
They
Dude,
definitely have yeah, they definitely
what
have
are you
mountains.
talking about, George? It's like 99%
It's
mountain.
like its one defining characteristic.
That Japan
All right,
has
seaside
mountains?
town.
Bro, did it
See
not
a
get
city
leveled
right
out?
here.
Like,
You want to go
All
for
right.
this?
bad joke, bad joke.
You want to go here?
Sure.
Let's rip it.
Not great. Not great.
bad, though.
That's
Technically alive.
that's the worst
It's the
score I've
worst
ever
score we've
had
had in a while.
here.
Yeah. That was bad.
That's bad.
That was
That's not
poor.
good at all.
That was
Not only
poor.
do they think we're
643.
geographically stupid, but they think we're sports stupid too.
But that
which
gives
might
us a
be-
lot of room to grow, and that's big.
Correct.
That's big for guys like
Unfortunately,
us.
Tyson Fury kind of sunk us there, but I liked the flyer on South Africa, and I don't know why it sounded so right, but
We started
okay
off
with
on
it.
a bad note with the Wes Welker brick. Bad
correct.
look for a
Yeah.
guy in a Patriots jersey for sure.
Correct. That hurts. But we got more pressing things to talk about today. First and foremost, we all predicted the first two games of the NBA Finals incorrectly. We knew something
Absolutely.
bad was going to happen when we all picked the right, or when we all picked the same thing. That's normally how it goes around here. We make a prediction, stuff happens, that prediction doesn't pan out. We both picked the Spurs to go 2-0 at home against this New York Knicks team, and they lost two very similar games. It felt like game 3, the script seemed like it was going the exact same way, and the Spurs somehow pulled it out. So the question that I have for you guys today, before we go into all of the things that we have about this series, is who needs game 4 more? Do you think the Knicks need it or the San Antonio Spurs need it? Because it feels like the Spurs winning this game really shifts the momentum.
I think if you're the Knicks, you need it more. You don't want to go to San Antonio for a game 5 after losing 2 straight, and then by the time you get back to New York, you're down 3-2 in this theoretical scenario. This team also is being figured out. We saw it during that whole game. I thought the Spurs just methodically took them apart. I know it was close, but that's because the Knicks are still doing things well. But I feel like the momentum on the pendulum is completely swinging. So I would say New York.
Yeah, I actually completely disagree with you. I think that the answer for me is clearly San Antonio. One, because if they don't win this, then they still have to win a game in the Garden.
Correct.
Yeah.
And if you lose if the San Antonio Spurs hypothetically win this game, they are tied going back home with a chance to go up 3-2. You don't think that they lose another one at home. For me, if the Knicks lose this game, I get it, but they still are tied at the worst. The Spurs lose this game, they're down 3-1 and still guaranteed to have to go back to the Garden. For me, the Spurs absolutely must win this game tonight.
Yeah. I have an interesting, I think that Jack made an interesting point when we were talking about game 3 while we were watching it and gaming respectively at the same time, a little bit of multitasking. He said something before they went into the second quarter and even into the halftime break where he was like, all of these games have been a very similar script. It feels like the Spurs come out very hot, they're in control, and then a late second half push by the Knicks puts them on top. And then it doesn't feel like the Spurs can really recoup the damage that they lost during those games. I think the biggest difference between games 2 and game 3, obviously, even game 1 and game 3, is just you've seen a better version of Victor Wembanyama. And we've said it across the board here is like the most impactful player on the floor has to be him in order for them to win this series, right? Because he can overcome some of that inexperience that you're seeing, some of the turnovers late, even though he had one in game 2 that you look at and you're like, they probably win the game without that, right? And it also feels like they're overcoming De'Aaron Fox just not playing up to his potential so far. Um, a lot of questions right now as to whether or not you should be playing him or Dylan Harper more in crunch time situations. We'll definitely talk about that in a moment. But what do you think the Spurs need to do differently tonight to make sure that they continue to maintain that energy and that momentum?
For
I
me,
th-
it's clear. They need to shoot the 3-point better than they have in the first 3 games. They've come out and they've been flat, um, especially in the second and fourth quarter for some reason. Like
Mm,
they're not an even numbered team, which is super strange. They're definitely an odd quarter team, but they haven't really shot the ball above like 34% yet this series. And we're just waiting for a game where they shoot the lights out. So I
mm,
think you hit the nail on the head. Victor Wembanyama was huge and, came out and played how he's supposed to, but you can't expect him to go out and drop 35 points a night in order for them to win a game, which is currently the expectation. And I thought your point about De'Aaron Fox was great. For me, that the biggest difference in game 3 compared to games 1 and 2 was, you're right, the script was the same. Go up big, give up the lead, tie to halftime, have another lead again, pretty much blow it down the stretch again. The difference was they didn't make a fatal mistake like they did in the first 2 games. And for
right.
me, the biggest shot in game 3 was a late De'Aaron Fox jumper that it
Over
was
OG. Yeah.
yeah.
exactly that was the difference in the scoreline. But it kind of reinforced this confidence that you can go to your veteran player that is going to be on the floor when it matters. So for me, the biggest key for the Spurs tonight is you need De'Aaron Fox to show up. If he doesn't have
Mhm.
20 points tonight, they don't win. That's pretty
Mm.
clear to me.
I mean, the last 2 games they've shot above 35% from 3 and 45% from the field. I feel like the offense is finally settling in for them.
Yep.
They just have those lulls that Jack were talking about. Like first quarter, they were like 65% from the field and 50% from 3 on fire. Second quarter, I mean, they go into the second half like a little above 50 and a little above 30.
Mhm.
A little bit more consistency will help, but what they need to continue to do, and we talked about this on the group chat during the game, when they put Castle on Cat and they keep switching these matchups to make Cat think, Cat thinking is what they want to be happening.
Right.
Because if Cat is taking so much time to process, he does not move fast. He is not a fast decision maker
Yeah.
in terms of whether it's driving towards the basket or deterring him to shoot from the perimeter. He shot 3 threes that game, and they were all in the fourth quarter, basically to try and save the game.
Right.
The Spurs have to continue to remember that Wemby is 7'4", and he has the greatest skill in basketball right now, which is vertical spacing. The
Mhm.
amount of lobs thrown, do it every time. Works 80% of the time, easily. And it's a free basket, and the only way to stop him is fouling him.
Yep.
So I think the key to the Spurs, a little like I agree with Jack. De'Aaron Fox needs to play well. They just need to keep doing exactly what they did last game.
Well, but I don't think that they can play the exact same way that they did last game and win. I mean, for all the things that the Spurs did really well, a lot of the guys that the Knicks have really been depending on up and throughout this run, frankly, didn't show up the other night. Like at this point in this run, you're expecting a guy like Landry Shamet to go out there and light it up. And if he
Yeah.
has like a
Yeah.
normal night, they're like that production is just so key to their winning.
Right.
So
But I
like
mean,
you can't expect the Knicks to come out flat again like they did, especially with their bench guys. Jalen Brunson is not shooting efficiently as much as we are giving him flowers for his fourth quarter heroics. He's like not beneficent on the floor. He did a lot of dribbling in game 3. If you can put him
mhm,
in scenarios where he's on the ball for 10 seconds, like Steph Castle's picking him up full court, that has to
Mhm.
continue.
Yep.
Taking the ball out of his hands and then going at him on defense. Because something that I thought the Spurs did really well, which I mean, got a lot of media attention that I'd like to talk to you guys real quick about is the foul discrepancy between the
Yep.
two teams. Mike Brown came out and said a lot of stuff in the media. There's a lot of discourse going on, and I get it. That Wemby flagrant foul that was not called was pretty egregious.
Yep.
yeah,
But I thought the Spurs did a really good job of finally putting the Knicks in foul trouble, which they are
Mhm.
incredibly vulnerable of at
yes.
all times. So a lot of people were coming out and complaining. I thought that was ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. I mean, the Knicks were fouling, and if you want to complain about Wemby pushing Jalen Brunson, you can do that all day. That's not the guy that you should be pushing off the ball. But if you want to make an argument for that being too physical, I I I would tell you to all while you're watching the game tonight, look at how the Knicks are playing Wemby off the ball. They are destroying him. Every single time the Spurs are in their half-court offense, there could be a foul called off the ball. They are playing him super physically. And so for Knicks fans and the media to turn around and throw all this attention at the refs and be like, oh, well, how come you're letting him get away with this? He's not a dirty player. He's doing the same thing that the Knicks are doing to him on the other side of the floor. Let them play. And now I feel like because there's so much attention drawn towards it, the Knicks are going to have an incredibly favorable whistle tonight.
I think, Jack, I could not agree more. I was literally saying the same things to my dad the whole game. Brunson pushes every single time on offense with his offhand. They never call it because the NBA rules are subjective and it puts the referees at a disadvantage. The foul discrepancy, only 2 fouls, literally like 23-21. That one play by Wemby was really bad miss. I saw everyone online talking about Stephon Castle's one on Brunson. Brunson,
that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
Yeah. That was
ridiculous. I'm shocked they even went to the monitor to look at that. I was watching with my dad. My dad was like, "Oh, that's a flagrant for sure." I was like, "No, it wasn't." Jalen Brunson is the same. He's an inch smaller than Stephon Castle, maybe 2 inches, and he was literally gunning for a rebound. And Jalen Brunson hit the deck like he was shot with a bullet in the head.
Dude, I was saying this to my dad. I said, "Push me over like this." He can't. I said, push me over when I'm like this and I'm on my heels. It's like you're drawing a charge, except the difference is Brunson isn't set. So he's like this. And so when they say Castle's pushing on his neck, he's not aiming for his neck. He's aiming for his chest. But Brunson has moved the area to be his face. He's drawing for that contact.
It's a foul. It's a foul. There's no reason to go check it at the monitor. There's no reason to even have a discourse about it.
Exactly. And you hit it on the money with what they're doing to Wemby, what they're doing to Castle at the rim, what they're doing to Harper at the rim. I'm sorry, if the Spurs were based in New York, the NBA media coverage would be very different. It just would be very different because they're getting mauled out there too. It's just one team.
I think it's fine. I think it's great that we have a physical series. Like I have no problem with that whatsoever. But you can't complain about it when you lose the game at home. That just can't happen.
Yeah, I think that's right. And I think that like the thing that most people are coming back to now is, I mean, obviously there's always going to be the crutch between the fans is like, oh, well, the refs hated us tonight, right? Like that's just something that you say. And it may or may not be true, all things considered. Like you can point to calls either way that I think could have swung this game. But I don't think the refs are the reason that this game happened, right? It was like 3 or 4 defensive stops by the Spurs versus 3 or 4 defensive stops by the Knicks. Like the thing that I think the Spurs need to get away from, and I don't know if they can really do that because they haven't been able to do it all playoffs, is like you said, going on these massive offensive droughts. Because the reason that they do that is they're looking for Wemby to like go to the rim and get a bucket, and he's not really that type of player. You know what I mean? Like there are a few times when he's like capable of doing that, but like he doesn't have a great post move. He doesn't really know how to use his size inside. And one of the things that I think was important going into the series is we were kind of basically like, how do you guard him if you're the Knicks? And you've seen a lot of Cat minutes on him, and that's because he's not really using his physicality, which is the thing that Cat struggles with, right? Like Cat can defend you one-on-one. You're not going to get by him. He may be slow-footed, but he's not like, you know, it's not like he's not matched up with De'Aaron Fox. It's not like that's a real big, you know, discrepancy between the two. Right. So like you have to expect the Spurs team is going to be physical defensively. And honestly, I think the three of us all agree that like we would rather this series get officiated less heavily, like a less of a whistle, kind of like the OKC series, which George and I were talking about the other night, where we were like, that was a pretty perfectly officiated series, in my opinion. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like top to bottom. Were there bad calls? Sure. But it was super physical. It was a lot of fun to watch. And both of these teams clearly got away with some things that they probably shouldn't have. Like, that's just the basketball that you want to watch. But I do feel like too often we fall back on the crutch of like, oh, the refs are against us or the refs are hating us. I do think it's going to play a big role in tonight. I would not expect a lot of calls, especially considering the fact that normally playing at home means that you're favored more. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like that. It just wasn't like that in Game 3. It just
Vegas didn't even represent
left
that in the line.
I left that game the other day thinking like that was a really tough game to call if you're the referees. They went to the monitor a lot, and I thought that they did a really good job for the most part.
Yeah, like here and there, but there's going to be a here and there every single
game.
time. That's what makes human refereeing such a great thing.
Agreed.
That
So
there is
here's
those errors.
here's what
I
I'll
was going to
say.
say one thing that
Yeah,
you
go
were
ahead.
saying about Cat.
Mm-hmm.
We talk a lot about how it's so imperative for the Spurs to attack Brunson. They need to draw Cat off of Wemby and
Yep.
get one of these shifty guards and to take him to the rim because the Knicks aren't playing a ton of help defense if it's not on Wemby. If it's not on Wemby, they will sink in to be an extra body, OG, Hart, and Bridges, but they won't do that for the guards. So if it's a one-on-one matchup, they're going to have to, somebody's going to have to sink in and wall up at the rim to help Cat after he got beat. The Knicks' defensive rotations are not as good as the Spurs. And we see that in the most pivotal play of the game where Knicks are swinging the rock around and it's looking like it's going to be a beautiful shot. And then all of a sudden, Wemby extends his arm and blocks Shaman on the other side of the rim. And we knew that was game. From that, I felt like that was game. No matter what,
I
I
would
just felt
agree.
like the Spurs were in a good seat.
I would agree. I got
Yeah.
one more thing to say to Knicks fans before we move on. Don't assault people outside the stadium.
Yeah.
What do we
Like,
do?
we understand that this is like a big deal. You know, you guys are back in the NBA finals. You guys are having a lot of fun. It's an awesome time for the city. It's an awesome time to be a fan of the New York Knicks. No other team in sports is doing this. Like, it's not cool. It doesn't make you cool. It's not funny. You know, I think it gives New York Knicks fans a bad name because I don't think the fans are the ones that are doing it. I think it's kids who just are going outside to just celebrate or hang out or do whatever. And it gives a bad name to the fan base and the organization. Don't do that. You know what I mean? I feel like we don't need to, belabor that point very much. It's just yeah, maybe you should act like you've been there, but you haven't. And I understand that. Right. But at the same time, this is what ruins sports for a lot of people is stuff like this. And it's just there's no need for it.
Absolutely. And I think that it goes hand in hand with this thing that we've been leaning on so heavily in our last few episodes, which is the Knicks fans who are diehard Knicks fans and have waited 50 years to be here are a completely different fan base than the ones who show up and act like they have been fans for a long time when the Knicks start winning at a high level. And it feels like when the Knicks are in the playoffs, it becomes a trend to go absolutely nuts, which is different than celebrating as a fan base. And this feels like it's on the latter side of the two fan bases that I just mentioned, which also Madison Square Garden feels like they kind of priced out most of their fans, most of their real fans with their expensive tickets.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let them do that again tonight so the Spurs can get another win. Let's make it happen.
But the Garden was rocking though. To be fair, the Guard was rocking. They do a good job despite the fact that you're paying $10K for a seat.
Yeah.
Well,
it doesn't take away.
I hope they do.
No, seriously.
Dude, they better give me the best service of my life.
I got a question for you guys. If you're the Knicks and you won 13 in a row going into this game, and you lose your first game since April on your home floor, does that shake you up going into the next game? You haven't lost in 2 full months, and now you've lost for the first time on your home floor on the biggest stage when you were supposed to go out there and kill. How does that affect their rhythm on a preparation basis going into this game?
I think it might affect more the guys that we were talking about who didn't play that great, like Bridges or Shamit or a lot of the role players who didn't really show up, because we know what Brunson's going to do. That was a given in this series. We know what he's going to do. We know what Anunoby's going to do at this point.
Yep.
Cat's a half in, half out of, we know what he can do and we know what he has been doing, and he's been playing pretty solid to his role. So I would say, I think it affects a little bit, but I mean, you don't win, what is it, what did it end up being, 11? 13 games in a row?
Yeah, 13
games in a row, and then get shaken up after one loss.
I would tend to agree. I think that you're going to see whether or not this Knicks team is a good team or a great team tonight.
Yeah,
and
that's a great way to say it.
The difference is that a good team will let this affect them, at least for a game, maybe two, and a great team will come out and just shut them down. And I think that there is a real possibility that I'm nervous about, that the Knicks come out tonight and just slaughter the Spurs. Because the Spurs, I'm going to be honest with you, they look like they're behind a step. They look tired. They look like they played a 7-game series against the Thunder, and it took a lot out of them. And my concerns with the offense are also coming into the fact that they are playing the pace the Knicks want to play.
Yep.
They're not slowing the game down. They're scoring in the 110s, the 115s, and that's not the way that the Spurs team has won basketball games. Have they limited Brunson's efficiency? Sure. But they've still gotten cracked on the offensive glass every game. It's been guys like Josh Hart. It's been guys that, you kind of expected them to be in the game and do those types of things. And it also feels like this Knicks team has had the magic to make big shot after big shot, late clock after late clock, looking for something to get a run going, and then it happens. And I don't necessarily know if that's gone over one game, right? So I think that this is a big pendulum swing game. I think you're right, Jack, that the Spurs need it way more than the Knicks do. But I think this game is going to tell you a lot about the rest of the series, because I think realistically, if the Spurs lose tonight, the Knicks get it done in 6.
I think they may even get it done in 5. And I think that the point that you made, I think it kind of shows where the experience comes in between these two teams.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
The pace of play has been dictated by the Knicks nonstop. And if you look at the Spurs, they're all young, and even their older guys, with the exception of Harrison Barnes and Luke Cornett, who don't really see the floor that much, have no playoff experience.
Yeah, busy bees on the bench giving out playoff advice. You know what I mean?
I don't think he's ever won. He was a Bobcat for a lot of years.
And that is not a flex.
But also, I think that it is worth noting that the game that we saw Victor Wembanyama look like he had his best wind was after 3 days of rest, and now they've only had 2 compared to 3. Will he be able to keep that pace throughout the entire game? I mean, he played the whole fourth quarter, and you are going to need him to do that every game at a very high clip if you're going to win.
Correct.
That's something to keep your eye on tonight.
I got a question, one last question for y'all. It's a little two-parter. I'll start with the more fun part. I feel like the Spurs have done pretty good in the non-Wemby minutes. Like I
they have.
I texted about
this series. They have. Mm-hmm.
And a lot better than I thought they'd do. I don't feel like they've capitalized as well in game 1 and 2 on the Wemby minutes. And they did.
You want to know when they've been great? The Wemby Harper minutes.
Yeah.
When they're both on the floor at the same time. That's when they're at their best, which I think comes to, I'm going to let you get back to your second part in a second, but I think that comes back to the question we just talked about, inexperience a bunch. The Spurs have seemingly relied on experience this whole series. They've gone to De'Aaron Fox over Dylan Harper. Do you expect that to continue to be the case?
I think it's the hot hand. Whoever's playing better. I mean, if De'Aaron Fox...
I don't think that's true.
But if De'Aaron Fox comes out... Well, they went to him, and he delivered in game 3. But if you are getting a performance from De'Aaron Fox like you expect you should, hopefully tonight, then you have to go to him. But if not, Dylan Harper's been aggressive. He's been getting to the rim, but you've seen his inexperience too. I mean, he had a play where they were on like a 6-0 run or an 8-0 run or something, and he got stuffed by OG Anunoby on a reverse layup because he was trying to push the pace too much. Like, it's little inexperienced moments like that can absolutely come back to kill you, and it almost did in game 3.
Jack, I'm on the same boat as you. I'm going to be honest. I said this today when I was seeing some buddies. I don't feel like Fox has been as bad as the
people are making it out to be.
Show.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think he's been really good at calming the Spurs down, like Jack was saying. The best that you can get from Harper is that hyper energy, hyper rim pressure coming off the bench. I feel like if he started or if he took Fox's role, it just he's not there yet, and it's just different player profiles. Fox is still doing a great job of setting these guys up, and he you can tell he has a good feel with playing with a lot of these guys, and Harper does too, but he does it with the ball in his hands in a different way, looking to score and create for himself versus the hybrid that Fox has. I was loading up that question before to kind of get to the point of we've seen no team win a game at home so far in this series, and we've seen a lot of things I don't think we necessarily expected. Do you think for the guys like Wemby and Brunson, do you think that they feel like the boost of having a home court advantage? Because I don't feel like we felt it in San Antonio as much as they normally have it, and I don't really feel like I know it was packed in there. I don't really feel like the attention was on the players as much as it was who was there in terms of I'm not even trying to talk about that, but like do you feel like that we felt home court advantage in this series so far?
I mean, clearly not. A home team
Yeah.
hasn't won yet. Um,
Yeah.
I don't think it's been as big of a factor as people maybe thought it would. I was really impressed by the fact that the Spurs went and won the first game in Madison Square Garden. That was
Correct.
a huge, huge point of emphasis for them
Yep.
because it gives them confidence that they can do it again.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I think that the answer is no, especially compared to past years. But again, like it doesn't typically have the biggest effect on the star players. The guys who it helps are the role players around them, which is why I was so surprised to see the Knicks role players come out and honestly be pretty flat the other night.
Yeah, I also think that there is a level of intensity and toughness that comes with playing in the Garden that just like is unlike anywhere else. You know, it is one of basketball's most famous stages, just in general. Like the place gets rocking. You could clearly see that the fans were into it. It's not like they were flat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I just think that um, there's certainly been questions as to how much like these fans have been able to influence the refs, how much these fans have been able to like, impact the game. And I think that the question about, does that matter in the NBA anymore is a good one because I mean, 10, 15 years ago, like if you were going into, I don't know, like the Boston Garden, like you weren't winning. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
just like kind of how the game worked. And now it kind of feels a little bit more fluid. I also just think that these are two teams that like, the Spurs obviously have been great at home this year. The Knicks have been fine. They haven't been fantastic at home, right? And this series just feels like another rock fight. You know, it feels like
Yeah.
one of those series like the Thunder one where anything can kind of happen, right? And did it go kind of to the script that we were expecting? Obviously not with San Antonio losing the first two games, but I think that they let game two slip. You know, I think that game two might come back to haunt them in the rest of the series if they can't find a way to win Madison Square Garden the second time. You're looking at game two and you're just like, we should have had that. You know what I mean? Like that was our game to win. So I don't necessarily know if it has played a role in this series so far, but I think again, like I said, like a lot is going to be found out tonight as to how this game is officiated, as to how this game is played, because you know that the Knicks fans are going to show up, and like that's the most important thing, I think.
But I think that it's worth noting that for a fan base like the Knicks that have been starved of championship success, alongside other ones like the Chicago Cubs when they were in their big drought, for like us to personally relate, it's the Boston Red Sox when they went 86 years.
Yep.
When you get into this mode where you finally have a great team and you expect them to do so well, and then they kind of get punched in the mouth, all of New York Nation took a step back and you could see it. And we're kind of like, oh shit, we might be selling this again. And now I think that the Garden's going to be a little bit more tense tonight than it was the other night. I mean, they had all the momentum, but at this point, it feels like everyone took a deep breath and was like, okay, we still got to win a series here. And I think I mean, if the Spurs are going to win, then it's going to be because that's reflected on the player.
I said this to my dad when we were watching the game the other night, that this very much feels like, I'm not trying to talk about my own team, but this feels like the 2023 Rangers run where they just caught heat at the right time and they just can't be stopped. This is their, after losing to the Diamondbacks, can you make it happen game? Like, can you be the one to say, like crick your neck back and lock in? And I think that just puts even more stakes on it tonight. You know, I always have to sneak my teams in there.
I got another take before.
That.
Yeah, that one doesn't quite check out, but when you learn more baseball, you'll understand why. One last take that I have before we give game predictions. I was thinking about it today and I was sitting back and I remember the day that OG Anunoby got traded to the Knicks, I actually wrote an article and posted it on our website about how this is going to be the piece that makes them a great team. And I was sitting back and reflecting and thinking, I think OG Anunoby is the most complete player on this New York Knicks roster and the absolute mitochondria of this team.
It's entirely possible. He's a star. He's a role player star. Like when you look at role players who are that good,
can you call him a role player?
Is
he
better?
I think he averages 25 on any other team.
Derek White? Is he better than Derek White?
Yes.
Okay.
He is in the Derek White level of they're so good at what they do and they can play in any basketball situation. I need it. It's the gap.
Yeah.
It's like I was thinking about that too when they were talking about. I was thinking about a similar thing when they were talking about like he got influence from Kawhi and Siakam, and you really see the like the Kawhi intensity defense and then the Siakam kind of offense, and now it has a confidence. He has this moxie when he plays now. I'm terrified of him.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's an incredibly nice guy, but I'm terrified of him.
He's been a fantastic defensive piece too.
I think he might be their second best player in this series so far.
I think he
who's
might.
Who's the best?
You kind of still got to give it to Brunson.
I don't agree
with that at all.
I was
going to say I think OG might be the best.
They don't win game 2 without Brunson, and they don't really win game 1 without Brunson.
He's shooting 37% from the field.
Yeah, he shot 31. He shot 70 shots in 3 games.
Yeah, but that's what they need from him.
I know it is. It's true. It's true.
Like,
and I want to say Karl Anthony Towns after the first 2 games, but he was nowhere to be seen in game 3.
Yeah, and I felt like that was more like the Spurs were letting Cat go off to limit Brunson, and then they kind of just. I mean, if you can take the hands off of everyone around Brunson except for I guess Anunoby, like they did in game 3, then I think I'm fine with that.
I just wanted to give OG flowers real quick because I think that he gets underappreciated. He's on a max deal and he deserves to be. And I think that he would be an absolute star on any other team, but he plays his role really well for this Knicks one. Now, let's get into...
How do you feel about them giving up RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly for him?
I think that's okay.
Let's get into predictions here. Game 4 predictions. Alex, I'm going to start with you.
I think the Knicks win.
Why?
I think that the Spurs have gotten their one game at home. I think that you're going to see a weaker version of Wemby, kind of similar to the one that you saw in games 1 and game 2, where he's a little bit more tentative after seeing some shots miss in the first half. And then again, you're going to have probably a close game down the stretch, but I just don't trust the Spurs offense to be able to get it done at the pace that they're playing right now. I have the Knicks to win this game. George?
Spurs all day, baby. Come on now.
I love
the paper's great. Yeah, paper's a great bit,
dude. And half of this is pride. I said it was going to be Spurs in 5. Like I really drank the Kool-Aid. I still believe in the Kool-Aid. I think this is going to be. I think the Spurs are going to position themselves to play a 3-game series.
Okay,
and it's going to favor them because you get San Antonio and you get the extra rest. The key to the Spurs winning is on offense, taking advantage of the vertical stretching that Wemby does, and then when they crash on that, finding the next shooter, and then on defense, playing exactly like they did, tough nose and physical, and it will be Spurs in 6.
That means Spurs win in the Garden.
It's a bold claim.
And the Knicks win in San Antonio.
And guess what's going to happen?
That is a bold claim.
Call the city guard.
Yeah, we got to get the NYPD doing their job. I don't know what's going on, but
what do you think, Jack?
I got the Knicks tonight. I think that the Knicks have all the momentum.
All right,
I think the whistle's a real factor today, even in a way more egregious way than it was in game 3. And I think that the Knicks win pretty handily. I think they win by 10 today.
You know what? I respect both of y'all's takes.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to say, no one's going to ride and take the prideful stance with me first in MSG for a second time.
We'll see.
We'll
see what happens.
6 is a really, really bold claim because you are saying that they win
3 in a row.
That's half. It's
3
half
in a row.
pride, a quarter logic, and all of it hatred of the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys. Sitting there slapping paint on a house today thinking about this. Who's got the better team all time if you had to take decades? The 1980s or the 1990s? 7-game series.
It's quite a question, and we're going primes for both of those things.
Well, I think it depends, right? Because if you take Michael Jordan in the 80s, you get 80s Michael Jordan. See what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, like he was selected in 1984, so you'd get 6 years of him before he was...
Okay, but we can all agree that the best version of Jordan is in the 90s.
Agreed. Yes.
Yeah. So
you want to just make 2 lineups? Let's just make 2 lineups here.
Let's start with the 80s. Point guard, it's Magic.
Yep.
Shooting guard, There are a lot of options. I'm happy to skip that and then small forward, Bird.
Yep.
And then skip power forward, center. It's probably Kareem. Dude,
it is probably Kareem.
He was still so freaking good. I mean, what are we gonna go? Ewing? He wasn't good till the 90s. What are we gonna go? Robert Parrish?
You're right. It does have to be Kareem there at center.
Moses Malone, too late.
Yeah, but he doesn't have enough time.
Yeah, all right. Kareem.
Oh,
we'll go Kareem at
you
center.
could make okay. Wait. Here's the ones where you're forgetting. It's Hakeem.
But Hakeem's more 90s guy, in my opinion.
He was
too.
more 90s, but he does have. It's similar to the Jordan situation, and then we are forgetting about Mavs legend James Donaldson. So we really got to think.
We are
really
forgetting
hard
about James Donaldson,
and that's for
there's
good
a reason for that.
Yeah.
So we'll say Kareem.
I think at the shooting guard, you have to consider guys like Dr. J, even though he only played for until 87, maybe.
Dominique Wilkins.
I think Dr. J is better.
Yeah, and Wilkins is hard because he spills 80s, 90s.
Power forward is a fun one too.
I have a crazy
Could
shot
we
for
put
that.
Moses Malone at the power forward?
Put Charles Barkley at the power forward.
I was going to say probably Barkley.
Or
How many years
McHale.
did he play
McHale
there?
was a dog in the 80s, bro.
I don't think Barkley played long enough in the 80s to be our 80s power forward. Like, I think it's the same thing with Jordan, right? If you're going to take Jordan for the 90s, you have to take Chuck for the 90s.
I got to take for shooting guard.
Okay.
You're not going to like it. Clyde Drexler.
Okay.
Again,
90s.
Drafted in 84. Like, he only played 6 years in the 80s.
I think we have an interesting one. We could say it's a hard position for the 80s. We could point a point guard at shooting guard. But
you could put Isaiah Thomas at shooting guard.
I think Isaiah Thomas is the point guard. Magic Johnson's the shooting guard. I think that's what we do.
I don't hate that.
Or we could put Magic at center because he did technically win a finals playing center.
No. I think because that gets rid of Kareem.
We're overthinking it.
Yeah.
We got to talk honorable mentions:
though. Joe Dumars, Sidney Moncrief, and George Gervin. I didn't know
Adrian Dantley, Mark Aguirre.
I am a
Mavs guys.
I love Mark Aguirre. Love me some Rolando Blackman. I hate Adrian Dantley.
Why?
He never played winning basketball.
All right.
And people act like he's some bucket. You know, he has only led 2 top half of the league offenses in his career.
Here we go. We're getting numbers, George.
Wait.
I had a stipulation for this.
Yeah.
It's no numbers from George unless he actually requests to, like, he has to ask us to go look up their basketball reference.
Okay.
So Isaiah Thomas, point guard, Magic Johnson, shooting guard. We got Bird at small forward, and then we have Kareem at center. I think our power forward is between Karl Malone and Charles Barkley, and it's up to you guys.
Did Karl Malone played in the 90s? We can't be picking these guys.
I mean, who else are you going to pick at the 4? Are you going to take Kevin McHale?
Did Moses Malone play power forward is the question. And if he did, we're putting him there.
Moses Malone's the center
at any point in his career play power forward.
Guys, this might be crazy to say, but I'm just going to say it. I know that we said no stats, but this is accolades. Kevin McHale was a 7-time All-Star, won 3 championships.
You got to ask, George. I just told you. I just told you.
I know.
Ask.
Can we put Kevin McHale?
You got to ask to look up the stats.
Can I look up his stats?
Absolutely. Let's talk about Kevin McHale.
Go ahead.
I got so excited that I just I kind of blacked out there.
Yeah, Charles Barkley won the MVP in 92.
Yeah, but he was. You could make an argument that he was better on the Sixers than he was even on the Suns.
Moses Malone did not play power forward in the 80s because he was the center on that Charles Barkley team. So that immediately takes that out of.
That's a good point. Did Julius Erving ever play power forward?
Wait. Did you know in 1986-87, Kevin McHale finished 4th in MVP, averaged 26 points per game?
That's our guy.
That's crazy.
All right, that's our guy. Okay, so our 5. Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Correct.
Okay. Now they are facing off against the 90s
I'm just going to
squad.
say it. The 90s fucks them up
Yeah.
right now. The way
Maybe
that we set
90s
this
versus
up.
2000s was
The
a better
90s
question.
kills them.
You know what? We'll do that next time.
Okay, I like that. So we obviously have Jordan at the 2. Our point guard, we could go multiple places here. Stockton,
I got a
you
fun
have to
one.
think of. Go ahead. Give me
There
your
are a
fun
lot
one.
of
Gary
fun
Payton.
90s point guards. I mean, it's between, I guess, like, I'm just going to throw them all out there. You could say Reggie was a point guard.
No,
Reggie,
you can't.
No.
we could put Reggie
No,
at the
you
1.
can't. No,
for
you
fun's
can't.
sakes.
What is Reggie going to do with
John
the 1?
Stockton, Kevin Johnson.
Cannot do that.
Kevin Johnson was low-key so nice with it, and that would just be a fun niche one. We know the 90s are going to win no matter what.
All right, we're going Stockton at the 1, MJ at the 2.
At the moment, we don't lock in Stockton yet. I think we have a big conversation at power forward because there are a lot of guys here.
Yeah. I feel like it's got to be it's got to be the mailman. Despite
Big Nasty.
It's got to be Malone.
Big Nasty over Charles Barkley.
Neither of them have rings. Karl Malone has so many points.
Yeah, he's
and he has
Also
so
likes
many
him young.
hours.
Something to
have
keep-
so many
something to-
points.
Something to take in consideration. Likes him young.
Is Pippen
Yeah.
the small forward?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I don't think you take him there. Maybe you do.
Because we could put Jordan at the 1, Pippen at the 2, and
No,
Put
that
Clyde.
No,
doesn't
what
work.
are you doing right now,
That
George?
doesn't-
Come
that doesn't
on.
work.
Why can't we just have a little fun with it?
You got some.
No, we're
yeah.
building a lineup. You're just defeating the purpose of this game.
You can't.
You're
pick
going.
the-
You're
the-
going current
you can't pick
NBA
the
All
5
Star
best
format.
guys. You can't pick
So-
the 5 best guys.
So is it David Robinson or is it
Hakeem,
Shaq at the 5?
It's Hakeem at the 5.
Oh,
Dude.
I like Shaq.
Dude, Shaq was so nasty in the 90s.
I like Shaq.
Hakeem. It is Hakeem.
It's Hakeem.
It
It's
has to be
Hakeem.
It's totally
because he
Hakeem.
has
He's a
2
two-time
championships and
MVP.
2 MVPs.
Yeah, and a 2-time champion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God,
David
the
Robinson
90s
was
is
real
stacked.
good too.
It's Hakeem at the 5. Hakeem is our.
What
5.
are we missing here?
Point guard. I mean,
Do we want Gary Payton or do we want John Stockton? Is really the
Oh.
question.
okay. Let me computer. I mean, guys, can I look up some stats?
Yes, you can look at
Yes.
some stats. I'm granting it.
I think
Dude,
Stockton's
90
our-
Shaq
Stockton's our
averaged 27 and 12.
That's what I'm
That's
And went
nuts.
to a
He's
finals.
He's
He's
definitely a 2000s player.
Yeah, you see this.
Rookie of the year in 93. Oh, man.
It's a fun pick, though.
It is.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I wouldn't be upset with the Gary Payton pick, and here's
Over
why.
Stockton.
Over Stockton.
Yeah, dude, I'm also a Stockton. Stockton was very, very good at basketball, but if you look at the numbers, it's quite deceiving. Obviously, he could have scored more if he
Mhm.
wasn't passing the ball every possession, but he was also passing it to a Hall of Famer with 90% of his passes. There was the first team to ever have real spacing. Hornacek, Ellis, like
I think you go Stockton.
I think he's a
and
little
here's why.
overrated,
Yeah,
but I
Stockton's
also
our
know
1, though.
that's
I
Stockton's our
think you
1.
go Stockton, and here's why. I think it's because of the way that Gary Payton talked about John Stockton. That's why you picked John Stockton. He didn't respect any point guard in the league, and he respected John Stockton. We're taking Stockton at the 1. He's going to have 50 assists a game. He's passing the ball to Michael Jordan. Like,
Yeah.
He's passing the ball to Karl Malone, which they've done quite a lot, and Karl
Yeah.
Malone's being guarded by Kevin McHale.
Yeah, he's
I-
gonna-
you
he's
gotta
gonna- yeah,
respect
he's
him,
gonna be
Celtics
passing-
legend,
he's gonna be passing
but
the
Karl
ball
Malone's
like-
going for 50
that's
every
not
game.
good for us.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mikhail
so,
was
so who wins this game between the 90s and the 80s? I think the 90s wins.
in
by a
how many
lot.
games do they win the series?
80s
They
gets
win this
1.
in. Yeah, they win
Yeah,
this
I was
in
gonna say
5.
it's probably 5.
80s gets 1.
They win this in 5.
All right, let's talk some World Cup. What do you guys think?
Dude, I've been waiting for this
I've
one.
been waiting for this one. We are
Before
finally
we get into
back.
that top World Cup song, I need one from all three of us right now. George, what's your favorite World Cup song?
There was once a little kid who didn't know much about soccer, watched the World Cup, and he loved this song for 3 years. When I get older,
Yeah.
I will be stronger.
Yeah.
Just like when we did back. Dude, I love that song so much.
Yeah.
That or
Sing it with your
World
chest.
Cup.
Oh, I Show Speed Love. Here we go.
I'm just
All right, so you're locking that in, George, for you. Al, what do you
Waving
think?
Flag. Waving Flag was probably going to be my one pick there.
I got a dark horse for you guys.
But I'm going We Are One here. Have to. Pitbull, Jennifer Lopez, 2014, potentially the best cup that I've ever watched in person. This was the one where Germany beat Argentina in extra time in Brazil. Perfect.
Do you know who scored that goal? Do you know who scored that goal?
Yeah, Mario Götze.
Yeah, Mario Götze.
Mario Götze.
Come on, man.
All right, I got a dark horse for you guys.
All right, I'm ready.
I didn't really watch soccer when I was little. I didn't get into it until about really 10 years ago now. So my first real World Cup that I was really, really locked in on was 2018.
Mhm.
And the song for that one was Colors by Jason Derulo. Stand up for your colors. Oh, banger. Everyone go put that one on right now. I'm taking Colors, Jason Derulo.
That's a good
Legendary World Cup too.
Who played in the 2018 World Cup final, George?
Are you kidding me? Croatia versus France.
Nice, dude. Nice, dude. Nice, dude.
The best victory song of all time. Kimpembe, Kimpembe.
Dude, they still bang that one all the time.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. N'Golo, Kante.
Alex and I were together for that World Cup final, actually, 8 years ago now.
That was fun.
Dude.
Paul Pogba, banger in that game.
That was when Belgium was actually good. Didn't they make the semifinals?
Belgium had a golden generation for like 8 years.
Belgium was lit for a while.
No,
really
Belgium underperformed every tournament besides that one.
It's because Romelu Lukaku was like missing sitters.
That was when Michi Batshuayi kicked one off the crossbar into his own face.
Correct.
All right, those are deep cuts though, because I'm assuming that most of the people who have made it this far aren't really big soccer fans.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, it feels like there wasn't too much hype around the World Cup until this past week when, I mean, it's the most American thing ever. Europeans are showing up. They're going to Waffle House at 1 a.m. and their minds are blown. I saw a tweet about a German guy who was like, this German guy showed up and he like could not wrap his head around the fact that big gulps are a thing. He could not understand it. And it's the joke that we've been saying for so long. The European mind cannot comprehend any food and beverage in the United States. Yep. And it's making me almost proud, that we're like finally sharing our culture and being really hospitable. But with that being said, it is going to be an incredibly talented World Cup, and it's going to be very contentious. And I want to start with the United States national team because they have a chance to not only grow the game more than it's ever been grown, but I texted you guys this morning, and I was sitting there thinking, they may have the biggest crowd ever to watch an American sports team across any sports. And I want to flesh that out a little bit more. What I'm talking about is like a team that's representing the United States. Olympics crowds don't get this big. The World Baseball Classic crowds don't get this big.
Yep.
And I have never seen a football stadium full of people supporting the United States of America. And even just seeing it in that warm-up game against Germany, I was so excited. I cannot wait for Friday to see us play Paraguay.
Dude, are y'all going somewhere to are y'all going?
We are. Yeah, I was gonna say, just meet us. Meet us if you don't understand. Meet us in Boston. We'll show you why this shit is awesome.
Jack, I think you got that right on the money. I thought about that all day since you texted that. I think we might have an American game. Isn't the first one is in Atlanta? I could be so wrong. I honestly don't know where we're playing our games, but I know one of them is 100K seater.
Yeah.
We will have the first 6-digit American national team sporting event.
It's awesome.
And it's awesome. Dude, they sold out Kyle Field to watch Argentina and Honduras play.
Yeah. Messi didn't even play.
I
know.
Half the crowd was American.
I mean, if you're excited, just go watch that Anthony Robinson banger that happened the other day. The only thing that I can hope for is that it gets the media coverage on the big American outlets like SportsCenter and Bleacher Report, because then you can see the amount of people and just the vibe of it all. It's gonna be insane. I'm betting you that I'll be able to hear the stadium from my house.
100%. And it's not even a USA team.
Correct. It's Haiti versus Scotland. I think the Scots are probably going to carry that That's the game that Jack's
I'm
going to.
going.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be sick.
Dude, that's gonna
It's
be
gonna be
so sick.
awesome. But Jack, I think you're right for a couple of reasons. And the first one is that like there isn't really an environment in sports that's quite like the World Cup. And that may not be something that the United States understands necessarily, because like it hasn't really been a big soccer obviously is not a big deal
Yeah.
in the United States, right? But there just simply isn't this much love for country in any other sporting event aside from maybe the Olympics. But like you said, everybody's so focused on like different sporting events during the Olympics that like even like the FIBA national games and all that type of stuff, it doesn't have the same feel as the World Cup does. It just doesn't. You know what I mean? It's one of those times where like a billion eyes are on you. And I think you're right. I think that the US has an amazing opportunity, or they're going to fall on their face. And it's really one of the two.
But it doesn't matter, right? Like you said it,
Mhm.
people in the United States don't love soccer, but they love America. And I've been watching the game for 10 years now. And every time I watch a soccer game, I'm just amazed, especially when I went to Old Trafford, just amazed by the amount of pride that is in the stands, the colors, the way people look. And I never once just like when you're looking at the game,
Say that
for
again.
example, when we were watching PSG versus Arsenal last week, we said the stadium is literally red versus blue. It looks like a middle school dance. They're completely separated. And I never once thought watching a game that would be full of American pride. And I was sitting there today thinking, I just cannot wait to see the country rally around a team in that form. I am so excited.
And especially this team, because this team is probably the most experienced American side in terms of football, in terms of for the U.S., in terms of on their own continentally in Europe, in South America, in Central America,
it's
in
Tim
the
Ream's
US.
second World Cup.
This is you look at this roster and you say this is a top 20 nation easily. It's not just the American inflation of like, oh, this is going to be the year. You look at it, Pulisic is arguably okay. I'm not trying to glaze. He's low key kind of world class in his position. He's had back-to-back great seasons for Milan when they've sucked. You have Balogun, who starts at Monaco. Aronson starts at Leeds. Tillman starts at Leverkusen. McKennie starts for Juve. Adams starts for Bournemouth. Jedediah Robinson, Anthony Robinson starts at Fulham, was primarily left back of the season, not this season, but the year before. Chris Richards starts for cup winning Crystal Palace. Tim Ream, yeah, he's alive. Serginho Dest is linked with a move to Bayern. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Matt Turner played for the New England Revolution,
dude, and then
and wrote Pine for Arsenal.
Obviously, you look at this lineup and you say, well, I wish Johnny Cardoso was healthy. I wish Musa would have had a better couple of seasons the last 2 years. I wish Reyna would have had a better couple of seasons. I think in this lineup, our two biggest holes are our two best players of all time in terms of if we had Clint Dempsey on this team and if we had Tim Howard on this team, I would be very, very, very comfortable with the fact that we would top our group. But as it stands, Turkey's tough. And I don't know, like, I could see us, I said this to a buddy, I was like, I would be happy with 6 points coming out of the group stage. 5.
Well, realistically, we have the wild card too. Like this is the first year that they have the wild card in place where a third team from some groups are going to make it in. You're hoping that it doesn't come down to that because you're expecting to beat Paraguay and who's the other team we have?
Australia.
Australia,
dude, they can make some noise too.
They're sneaky.
Tough group.
Dude, Paraguay, they got Almiron.
It's not a great group, but like for us, we're just kind of like, all right, yeah, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, it is really like a bottom quad group, probably.
Yeah.
But like you're looking at us and Turkey, we're like same level teams. And I keep seeing this stat of the US under Poch against European sides. And I know Turkey are like both in Asia and in Europe in terms of where they play a lot of their continental football. I think this is going to be a really good early round test to see if we can make it to the round of 16 because that has to be the goal. It has to be.
It has to be
the first knockout.
I'm with you.
Get through the group stage, get through the first knockout, and let's dance.
Well, to be honest with you, I think that the I don't really see us going much further than the round of 16. I think that if you make it to the round of 16, you're very satisfied with this team that we have. But I think that our biggest hole comes defensively. Chris Richards coming off an injury.
Second center back?
He's coming off an injury. We play a 3-back formation. We let our wings.
God,
I'm going to get a little bit soccer technical on you guys.
I hate the 3-back.
I hate the 3-back as well. But when you play a 3-back.
You played a 3-back in high school.
I did not.
No, word. Never mind.
I most certainly did not.
Okay.
Oh,
last game though.
No, I didn't.
I was going to say they ran a 4-back.
I did. We tried it. It failed miserably.
Yeah.
The two most important players on the pitch when you that's going to be a problem. Calling it a pitch, we're going to get into that, but Americans are going to have to learn soccer terms.
Exactly.
The two most important players are going to be the wingbacks, which are Anthony Robinson and Serginho Dest. And in order to explain how a 3-back formation works, for those of you who aren't familiar with soccer terms, you play with 3 center backs rather than 2 and 2 outside backs. And then you push those 2 up the field, meaning Serginho Dest and Anthony Robinson are going to be forced to both play winger and play left and right back. So their motors are going to have to be like a midfielder, up, down, back and forth, which leaves us incredibly vulnerable. But it also makes us a really fun attacking team, especially with Serginho Dest, who likes to slide inside and play as a 4th midfielder. But the 2 holes are the guys who are around Chris Richards. He is your centerpiece. And I know he's coming off an injury. Even if he's feeling somewhat healthy, he will be on the field representing us. But a guy like Tim Ream, who is a huge joke because he's not that good, is a huge, huge problem for this United States national team and someone to keep your eye on.
We used to have 2 man buns back there. I don't remember who the other one was.
Jim Ream.
I can tell you it was not Bradley because he was
Michael.
bald.
I hate Michael Bradley. Dude, I hate that guy.
That guy
There was a
certainly
guy I
did
went to
not
high
have a
school
man
with.
bun.
Who dressed up as Michael Bradley every year for Halloween. I'm not joking.
That's
Shout
lame.
out Ben Adams. If you're listening, shout out, bro.
Ben Adams, shout out you. That's lame.
Yeah, wouldn't be super excited about that.
I never addressed that with him until like I worked with him one summer and I was like, so what's with the Michael Bradley love?
I have a Michael Bradley jersey.
So last game we ran a 4-2-3-1, which is left back, center back, right back, and then 2 defensive midfielders, attacking midfielder, and then 2 wingers or 2 left mid and right mid, and then a striker. And I'm gonna transition this into a question about our coach, Mauricio Pochettino.
Yeah, he does look fat, right? I thought that too, George.
Dude, he looks massive. He looks like he should be coaching O-line at like Texas Tech.
Anyways, the guy that I was thinking of, by the way, was Walker Zimmerman. I'm glad we did.
Oh, yeah.
I do remember that
Nashville.
guy. Oh, yeah, he played for Nashville.
He played.
Yeah,
he plays
for Nashville.
Yeah. He plays for Toronto FC at the moment. I'm assuming he's probably not on the national team, but I don't know. Maybe he'll get the call up.
I think we finally, for the first time, have a coach who is willing to leave his own system to get the win. Because we could not have lined up in a 3-back against Germany and not gotten 4 goals scoring on us.
Correct.
And we went yes, we were flying, but after the first 10 minutes, we really looked defensively sound. And that's with Adams kind of being on his own because, what's his face? I don't think McKennie played, and McKennie's more offensive than he is anything. I think we finally have enough talent as the U.S. to throw multiple looks, throw that 3-back with like a 3-4-3 or the 4-2-3-1. And I think that makes us even more dangerous than we normally like to think the U.S. is, because we're not just relying on one thing. We're not just relying on one guy. We're not just relying on some luck like we had in 2014.
Right.
We have a system and we have a strategy. And
yeah, I'm with you. I like that we went outside of the coaching tree of just getting dudes who either coached United States soccer or were names around that were potentially fine coaches. Getting Bruce Arena back was kind of just a waste of time. Jurgen Klinsmann was here for 8 years after 2006 or 2008, whatever World Cup that was. It feels good to have a guy like Pochettino in the seat where it's okay, this guy's had success in Europe. And for me, the token of the success of this team is going to be, can we beat one nation that's like not necessarily a giant, but like can you beat a Chile? Can you beat a Colombia? And they're obviously better, right? I would love to say that this United States team has the capability to beat one good European team.
Yeah.
Like if they came out and beat, I'm sorry to say this, Jack, if they came out and they beat the Netherlands, I would be stoked.
If
I
they
would be
beat Turkey,
stoked. Yeah, I'd be happy about that too.
because we're looking at Kenan Yildiz, who's the player of the year in the Serie A for Juventus. He was, for those who don't know, an incredible attacking midfielder. And Arda Güler, who plays for Real Madrid, had 16 assists this year. Another incredible attacking midfielder. We even get a point from that. I'm not expecting us to win that game.
Yeah.
But if we got a point from that, I'd be fired up. We got to win. We're going all the way, baby.
I think the most important player on the field for the United States national team is Tyler Adams. I think he is
Okay.
I think a lot of attention goes to Christian Pulisic. Here he's going to get it. Come on, here we go.
You know it.
When you see him fly off the screen like that, he's grabbing a jersey.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people look at Christian Pulisic because he's been the face of the United States soccer brand for so long. But I think to me,
he's the LeBron James of soccer.
Tyler Adams is the most important player on the field in terms of distribution, in terms of defense. And there it is.
I predict Overwatch.
That's what I'm talking about.
So for me, he's the most important player. But I want to ask you guys, I got a couple questions lined up. First of all, outside of the United States, who's your favorite team in this lottery?
I think we like talked about this like a little bit. Let
me rephrase this. Besides
ahead.
the United States, who will you be rooting for in the World Cup? You want me to take this one first? I got an obvious one.
Yeah.
I will be rooting for the Dutch national team. Not only because, but because I just like a lot of their players. I think that they're a very interesting team. They're always a very fun color when you see the neon orange out there. And they're a team that's been a runner-up 3 times on the World Cup stage. And I think that they are close to being at that level. Not quite there, but they're going to be a lot of fun to root for.
Yeah, Brazil and England are always my 1-2. Obviously, having the English heritage, you have to be the "it's coming home" guy. That's me. It's fine. And I just think Brazil's like a fun style. You know what I mean? Like those fans care so much.
And
I
only
love
play
Neymar.
offense.
I'm a Neymar lover.
Yeah.
Marquinhos, by the way, we were talking about this during the PSG game. I was like, oh, Marquinhos is going to have an awful back pass in the World Cup. It happened. You know, like it happened in the friendly.
Which is good. Get it out of the way.
He can't defend. You just can't. You know. Do I think that team is slated to win? Probably not. But I'll be rooting for Brazil anyways. I think that like you can't really go wrong rooting for Brazil or Portugal this year, just because you'll either see CR7 get a World Cup or you'll see Neymar get a World Cup. I'm basically rooting for anyone but Argentina. I hate Argentina. I hate Emi Martinez more than any player in the world, just as it is. I don't use the word hate a lot. Especially on the show. I cannot stand that guy. And, as much as I love Lionel Messi, like the way that he plays and all that type of stuff, I'm just not pulling for this Argentina team. So anybody who knocks them out, I'll probably be rooting for. And I know I've named like 6 teams already, but France is also always really fun. They have like 3 of the best attackers in the game right now.
I think I'm excited to see no Spain, no Argentina, and no France.
I could get behind the no Spain.
What?
I could get behind the no Spain.
No Spain. I'm just thinking about the most recent winners, and frankly, they're probably the most dominant recent teams in all of world football.
Yeah.
My fun answer is Japan, because finally one of my favorite players for Leeds, which is the club I support. If y'all don't know, Ayo Tanaka is finally getting minutes with the national team, and he's been balling in the friendlies. So, and I'm seeing them play the Netherlands this Sunday. Dude, I got the tickets for free from a buddy.
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
here we go.
They went down on Sunday to this like pop-up retro soccer jersey store that that's here for the World Cup, and I'm going like I think I'm going tomorrow, and I'm gonna splurge. I just picked up a
Johan Cruyff 70s Dutch jersey.
That's so clean. That's so clean.
Probably for like €12 too.
Yeah.
And it is not real.
But My real answer is I really want Germany to do well, and I know that's
I like Germany too.
I hate
Dude,
Germany.
I'm fine with that.
Here are my things here. I love Joshua Kimmich, and I think Julian Nagelsmann, their head coach, who the listeners probably don't know this. He won 6 trophies in 1 year at Bayern.
Yeah, and then was like ousted somehow.
2 years later, they blamed all their issues on him.
Yeah.
He deserves success. I think he handled. I just like him a lot.
Yeah.
So, and
He's
this
very
team is
young.
fun. They're young and they're going through a little bit of change, out with the old guard, in with the new. So yeah,
I really like Musiala, and he's pretty much the only player that I really like. I like
Is he
Manuel
healthy?
Neuer a lot too.
I think Musiala is healthy now,
Okay.
but
Someone fact check that at some
I
point.
mean,
This Germany team is certainly
Jonathan
a lot more
Tah?
likable now than it was 12 years ago.
I don't agree. I think Thomas Muller is like the funniest dude.
Thomas
Like,
Muller's
I
the
just
man.
love that.
Thomas
are you
Muller is
talking
the
about
man.
Lewandowski?
Lewandowski.
Lewandowski?
He is the man.
I thought that team was immensely likable in 2014.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
did too, dude. In Miroslav Klose and
Yeah.
Mario Götze,
Mario Götze.
Jerome Boateng.
I don't think you can go wrong with this World Cup. There are obviously some teams that we prefer not to see win. Again, I'm hoping for no Argentina this year. But dude, like I like Norway too. Like I think that team's fun.
Did you see that like all their
The
Norway's
video
Viking
production?
one? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I saw that. And like I don't know. I'm excited to see. I hope that there are some Cinderellas in there mixed in somewhere, but like, man, in the round of 16, if Portugal and Argentina win their group, it's Messi Ronaldo.
I
Like,
know.
how do you not pull for that?
Yeah.
Like, that would be so awesome if
Dude,
that happened.
And is this a crazy shot to say that this is Ronaldo's best ever supporting cast?
I
would
don't
agree
think
with
it's
that.
crazy to say
I would
that.
agree with that.
Bruno's playing like a
João
top
Neves?
2 midfielder
Fernandes?
in the world. He may be the best midfielder in the world right now.
Who?
That makes me happy to hear
Bruno.
you say that, Al, to make you admit that. Makes me really happy to hear
It's
that.
probably him. Okay, I there's a group of guys I see too.
Okay.
Declan Rice is up there.
Yeah.
I'm just putting names on the wall. Declan Rice.
You got to say the country,
Pedri.
though. Declan Rice for England, Pedri's for Spain.
Declan Rice from England. He plays for Arsenal as well. Vitinha from Portugal. He plays for PSG as well. Bruno Fernandes plays for Portugal as well and plays for Ajax Manchester United. I would put, I think Federico Valverde, who's Uruguayan and plays for Real Madrid, is world class.
Pedri?
I said, did I not say Pedri?
He said Pedri?
Who
Okay.
Barcelona and plays for Spain.
It's a lot of names.
Those are I think those are the 5 best
conversation.
midfielders in the world. I don't know who I would choose among them. I think
So-
they're all equally good at different things.
The next question I'm going to ask you guys is, who's going to be the most surprising team?
Like, who's your Cinderella team is basically what you're asking here?
Yeah. I'm going to go
So-
first. I think Ecuador is going to be a lot of fun. And I think that they
Okay.
will make it out of their group. And I think that they will also give someone a really tough matchup in that first knockout round.
Have you ever seen them play?
Yes.
I'm not.
We have
Dude,
we have a friend from
press
school.
like crazy.
We have
Yeah,
a friend
that's
from
perfect.
school,
Your buddy.
Vicente, who is Ecuadorian, and he, really, I just want him to like watch this like Ecuadorian team be
Yeah.
good.
I think. Al, you go while I gather my thoughts.
Man, I'm thinking because I went with Norway before, and I like going with Norway just like as it is, but I feel like I can't really say them now because I already mentioned them. Maybe I'll go with Senegal, a team that was like, they won the AFCON this year after like a really big controversy with Morocco. Talk about tournaments we should cover next year. The AFCON is always
So much
crazy
fun.
for no reason.
So
Yeah.
fun.
Sadio Mane is a Liverpool legend.
Sadio Mane.
Is he
They
on
got some
the
really
on
good
the roster?
pieces.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he scored 2 goals against the U.S. in the friendly.
Is Koulibaly still on the roster?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. They also got Nicholas Jackson.
Hate
Who
Nicholas
is-
Jackson.
Who is the goalkeeper who used to play for Chelsea?
Mendy.
Mendy. Yep.
Mendy.
So like they have some pretty solid pieces, and I think that they're probably going to be the best African nation to come out of this World Cup. It's them and Morocco. Those are really the two right now. Obviously Morocco with Hakimi, but yeah, I like Senegal here if I had to pick like a dark horse. just have some fun with.
And thank gosh Luis Suarez is retired, and I love Luis Suarez on the club level. For those who don't know, he did an atrocious thing at the World Cup and cheated
someone.
And he bit someone. The handball and biting. Can't ever support that.
I kind of loved the handball, to be fair.
Oh,
the handball is kind of a killer move, George. There's nothing cheating about that. He didn't cheat
at all. It was sick,
all.
actually. Yeah.
If you can't hit the penalty after a guy clears a ball off the goal line and gets sent off and you lose the game, it's kind of a baller move.
And you don't got an issue with the hand of God. You're a scumbag, George. You're in Argentina. You're in Argentina undercover, and I see right through you.
What I'm gonna say.
George, are you a Messi guy? Are you a Messi guy?
Yeah, I think Messi is the best player of all time.
I agree. I'm not a Messi guy though. Like, I think there's a difference.
There's totally a difference. You know what I mean? There's a difference between the best player of all time and your GOAT. Totally a difference.
Oh, Ronaldo's the GOAT and Messi's the best player of all time. That's what I've always said.
Hondo P agrees.
I'm with that.
It's the same thing. Jordan's the
we're all
GOAT.
with that.
LeBron's the best player of all time. It's in my opinion.
That I don't agree with, but we'll debunk. We'll talk about that later.
My whole thing with Uruguay is they've kind of filled out this roster. You look at the back, Ronald Araujo, who plays for Barcelona.
Yep.
You got
again, is he healthy?
Yes, he played in the last game.
Okay.
Jose Jimenez, who starts for Atletico Madrid. And you still have Muslera in goal. I have no idea where he plays. They have a couple of big name players. Federico Valverde, obviously being the headliner, and then Jax Manuel Ugarte, who sucks, but we can. Yeah, that guy sucks. Rodrigo Bentancur. You look down this list, Darwin Nunez. This guy
Salazar on the team.
Dude,
there we go.
Is he still on Liverpool?
No,
technically,
he plays for Al Hilal.
But he's trying to get a move back to Liverpool.
I'm sure he is. Yeah, I'm sure he is. All right, let me ask you the next question, George. Have you given your
manager used to manage Leeds?
Hold on, one more thing before we move on. I'm going to shout out Belgium, their third string goalkeeper named Mike Penders. Probably going to buy a jersey.
Oh, dude,
that fire, Alex. That's so sick. His name's Mike Penders.
Yeah, one of my politics professors sent me it, and he was like, "Looks like one of your relatives in the World Cup. Congratulations to the family." And I was like, "All right, thanks, man." I had no idea.
Alex, like he's considered like the next big thing in goalkeeper prospects.
Really?
He got bought by Chelsea.
Okay.
He's nasty.
All right.
He plays for Genk, I think.
He plays for Strasbourg.
That's where all good players come from.
Oh yeah, which is Blueco. So
all right, who do you think is going to be a huge flop? I'll go first.
I have my answer, and you can go first, Jack. That's fine.
Well, saying the United States is not a crazy answer.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been me.
I'm going to go with Belgium. I think that this Belgium team is considerably less talented than it has been in past years. I know we just touched on it. I don't think that this Belgium team does very well at the World Cup this year.
All right. I think the Netherlands. I don't think Koeman has beat a team in the top 25 since he took over as their head coach. I think they have like 8 draws and 5 losses. I'm really concerned about this team going into the World Cup. And they also left off Jermaine Frimpong, which I'm a little bit upset about as a Liverpool fan. But
how can you be?
How
can you be? Yeah, but he has DNA out. He was on those Dutch teams that went to the World Cup final in the 80s.
Yeah, but he also can't coach. So
you can't say that he was a
really
legend
important.
at Barcelona. You can't say he can't coach. I don't hate it though. I don't
know. Everybody's calling for his head 2 days before the World Cup starts.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a problem.
Hate it. I don't hate it.
I have one that it's a little bit weird because they are technically ranked 8th in the world. I don't think Morocco is going to do that well.
I agree. I think it's a supremely less talented squad than their last one.
Interesting.
So for the people who don't know, they made a great run last World Cup to the semifinals, and this team I won't get into all the reasons. They have a lot of different controversies, whether that be personal, whether that be the whole team, and honestly, they're not as good as they once were. like Jack said. I don't know. I just don't have a good feeling about them.
Yeah, I'm also gonna say this one. Mexico ranked really high, gonna flop this
I
World
was
Cup.
between
Are they
Mexico
ranked
and
that
Belgium.
high?
They're like 9th in the power ranking somehow.
What? Oh, this has them at 15th.
They're
Dude, they're
15th
not
in the
that good.
world. They're 9th in the power rankings. It's different. It's different.
Oh yeah.
All right,
But
last
I
question.
don't. I almost never have faith in them.
I agree. I have 2 more questions here. Next one's going to be
Okay.
a team that won't make it out of the group stage, but will be super fun. I can go first again if you guys want.
I would love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am going to go with the Czech Republic. I think they are going to be fun. They have a really young attack full of goal scorers. I think that they are going to provide for a lot of overs if you are a betting fan, but I do not think that they will make it out of the group stage. However, they will give someone a headache of a game.
I'm torn between two.
They look
and
might
I'll
actually in this group. Sorry, this group sucks. They might get out of this group, but they're my fun team.
Who is it? Who is it?
It is Czechia, Mexico, South Africa, and the Korea Republic.
Oh, so I was gonna say
not the toughest group I've ever seen, but
I think Sweden might have some trouble. I don't know if you have watched them play like recently at all.
Nope.
They haven't been on like incredible form. Like their biggest win
George, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think you understood the question here.
I don't think that they're going to make it out. Wait, was it?
It's a fun team. It's a team that you like.
Oh yeah,
that
Team
don't
that
make
you
it out
really,
of the
that's gonna be really fun to watch.
I think they will be fun to watch. I just don't think that they'll win games. Like,
Okay.
You look at the attacking power on that team, and then you look at the back line, which is awful. Like you have Isak, Alanga, Gyökeres, and then you go the rest of the team, and I guess Bergvall and Svensson, but no one who watches any.
Now you're getting too negative on me here. You're not understanding the question. You're getting too negative. When I was thinking of this question, I was thinking of the video of the South Africans doing the little dance in the corner.
I know.
Damina.
There's not that many teams. Okay, how about this? DR Congo, because the only other DR Congo player I know is Yannick Bolasie, and that guy was the most fun to watch ever.
I love that answer.
The most fun to watch ever.
Dude, roll the tape. Roll the tape.
Yeah, all right. I'm searching around. I don't hate your Sweden shout because of like Gyökeres, and some other guys, but like there aren't a ton of teams here that I'm super excited about, especially in like the back half of this side. I don't know. I think Scotland's super fun. I don't think that they make it out of the group stage.
What?
But yeah, that team is awesome. Like Scott McTominay, like all those dudes. Like I like that team. They're not in a great group, I guess. So maybe they have a chance.
They're in a phenomenal group. They will probably qualify through a 3rd place.
Oh, hot take. They take the.
But I love that pick out.
Spot. Brazil, Morocco. Yeah, that's a really good group. Never mind.
Totally love that pick. I'm going to be full in on Scotland when I go to that game.
That's fair. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because I mean, you got to pick a team, and it's either Scotland or Haiti, and I feel like the choice was made for you.
I feel like we're going to be hated on Haiti.
Come on. All right, last question. Who do you think is going to win before we go to some viewer responses?
Who's your eventual champion, George?
I think it's going to be Spain. They're the most complete team in the world. They're in form.
They're not starting David Raya.
I know they aren't because they start Unai Simon because their manager their coach loves him. Any way you put it, it's still the most talented roster, in my opinion. In combination with half of the team plays together. They have 9 players from Barcelona. The chemistry on this team, they're all friends. They hang out all the time.
Yeah.
Like I can't really see them. I don't see anybody as big of a favorite as them. I know there are other teams up there, but in my mind, they have the best chance.
Yeah, Spain is really good. I think just to say a different team out here and to like diversify a little bit, I'm going to say France is going to win. Their front 3 of Olise, Mbappe, and Ousmane Dembele is the best in the world. Like it just is. You know what I mean? Like any one of those guys could absolutely kill you. And the talent front top to bottom on that team is just unbelievable. It's kind of like a super team. It's not like you have that whole Barcelona squad that you were saying with Spain where they play together 9/10 of the year, but I am excited to see this France team play because I'll watch every single one of these games. They're going to be so entertaining.
Yeah. I actually was going to say France as well for the exact same reason. The problem is they don't have any defense. Mike Maignan is their goalkeeper.
Yep.
But when you have an attacking trio of Desiree Doué, my favorite player to watch in the world right now.
True. Yeah.
Ousmane Dembele, the Ballon d'Or winner, and Kylian Mbappe, who has scored 1 million goals in 2 World Cups. It is so hard to bet against them. And I have always loved the French national team.
And Michael
Edouard
Olise,
Camavinga is one of my favorite players in the
like
world.
the best player in the world right now. Like he's arguably
25 goals, 28 assists.
Yeah. Olise is incredible. Edouard Camavinga in the midfield is one of my favorite players in the world as well. I love Aurélien Tchouameni. And I'm very excited to watch this team play. With that being said, they have no defense.
Yeah. I mean, Koundé, Upamecano, Konate, Saliba.
It's not bad. It isn't bad.
LaCroix.
It's
fine.
And Maignan is a great goalkeeper. And they got Tio Hernandez still, I guess. All my homies, even though we don't like Manchester City, Ryan Cherky, so much fun to watch.
All my homies love Ryan Cherky.
All my homies love Ryan Cherky. He brought life back to the Premier League single-handedly this season.
It's true.
In terms of the flair.
All right, so I got some viewer submitted responses. I got a couple Portugal. People are loving the midfield. Tyler said Curacao because the vibes are too good to drag them down. Shout out to you, Richie's always dropping us something funny. Yep. France Champions League high is what we're hearing. You ever been to Bosnia, bro?
Who said that?
Right. We got a Deutschland über alles. Germany winning. We got a Spain. We got a Democratic Republic of the Congo.
There you go.
Hey, a little DRC.
England, it's coming home this year under Grandmaster Tuchel and his death squad. I love that. USA showing why we run the world. And then a couple other ones that I don't feel comfortable reading on this show, as well as another England, it's coming home.
You know what? I saw something today. If it doesn't come home this year, it'll be, 60 years that it hasn't come home? Yep. Should they change the song to It Might Be Coming Home?
It's never coming home?
It's never coming home?
It's never coming home, yeah.
Champions of Europe, you'll never say that.
Champions of anything. Dude, they have gone to back-to-back Euro finals and lost.
Yeah. So let's get into our Hall of Fame for the week before we wrap this show up.
Can I start us off?
Absolutely, you can, George.
Yes.
This is my
I would be ashamed if you didn't.
This is my first
he's got props.
time
He's got props.
Starting us off because I wrote it down on Thursday when I was planning.
He wrote it down and texted us and said, I got a great Hall of Fame suggestion. So here we go.
He wrote us down 6 days ago.
Because me and my family, since I've been back home, every Sunday we've been grilling. And I have mine as grilling on a Sunday.
Nice.
Because it's the best way to end a week or start a week, however you want to look at Sunday and the versatility that is Sunday.
He was looking forward to it so much that he wrote it down on Thursday.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's actually the highlight of my week. My grandma comes over, my aunt and uncle come over. It's just, I love grilling on the Sunday specifically.
I understand that.
That was George. George was hungry.
That.
George wanted a hot dog. He was sitting down one day and he was like, I could eat.
I've been making 4 pounds of chicken
I could fix that.
on Sundays and eating it through the week, and mine has been changed.
Yep.
Yeah, that's amazing. I got one here. One that did not happen.
Wait, we didn't clap. Clap for grilling on Sunday.
My bad.
Welcome to the Hall.
Grilling on the Sundays into the Hall. Someone write that one down. I got the perfect chip going into the Corner Office Hall of Fame. Look, I played some really bad golf the other day with Jack in particular, and could not hit a short iron shot to save my life. So I was thinking about how my day would have been better if I was out there having fun. It probably would have been if my irons were on. So the perfect chip is going into the Corner Office Hall of Fame.
Welcome.
Love it.
The Songo River Queen 2 will be going into the Corner Office Hall of Fame. Now, for some of you who don't know,
That's a deep cut.
who have the misfortune of not being familiar with the Songo River Queen 2, it is a like Mississippi Delta style casino gambling boat that has been turned into a boat tour in Bridgeton, Maine. And I'm talking no motors on this thing. It's got one big propeller wheel that pushes it up and down the lake, and it has been there for years and years. The first one burned
It's been
down.
there since my dad was a kid.
Correct.
That was the first one. The Songo River Queen 1 was when my dad was 12.
Yeah, and they, I believe that burnt down, and they built a fully remodeled Songo River Queen 2. Welcome into the hall, Songo River Queen. Thank you.
Hey. A lifetime of servitude and service.
I think if you put all three of our admissions today into one day, you go and play a round of golf and you get the perfect chip. Then
the perfect Sunday.
You go and hit the Songo River
River Queen
2.
Yep.
Songo River Queen, and then you finish the day by grilling, and it's all on a Sunday.
George, I hate to tell you, but that is pretty much probably going to happen this summer.
It's probably going to happen when you come up.
When you come up.
That's
with all that being said, as always. Oh, by the way, Alex, before we get there, when you said the perfect chip, and this is another great submission, I thought you meant reaching into the bag and pulling out like a perfectly flavored chip. Another great elite suggestion.
Yep.
But as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. We will be covering the World Cup as well as the end of the NBA Finals. But until then, as always, thank you for listening. This has been The Corner Office, and I'm Jack Bart.
I'm Alex Penders.
And I'm George Genender.
1-3. 1-3.
1-3.